In this video, we're going to review the company's new cash paid out web form. This new web form is meant to simplify and streamline the cash paid out submission process. In addition to that, it's going to give stores a lot more visibility to the status of cash paid outs after they've been submitted. There are a couple of topics outside of what we're going to review in this video that you need to be aware of. All stores should have received an email with additional information, job aids, and required steps. Be sure that you read through that information in the email thoroughly and then print off and review the attachments. The two attachments are a cash paid out job aid, which is going to give you information about submission criteria, how to access the web form, and then submission steps. And then a cash paid out implementation guide, which has changes to the submission process, information about the automated approval process, and then receipt and documentation handling steps. First, I want to talk about accessing the cash paid out web form. You can access the new web form by going to the Southwest portal and then clicking on Links and Resources. In the middle of the page, under the Information Technology header, you'll find the Next-Gen POS support site link. Once you click that, you'll be taken to the Next-Gen POS website. Under the For Checkstand header, you'll select the Cash Paid Out web form link. That will then take you to the new Cash Paid Out web form, where we're ready to start filling in the information and submitting our cash paid out. Navigating the Cash Paid Out web form. The site has 3 sections that can be navigated by clicking the links across the top of the form. The first one, the Store Cash Paid Out, is the actual form that you'll fill out and submit. Next is the Information section. This section is still in development, so there's not going to be anything there when you click on it, but down the road you should be able to go to this section and find additional information about cash paid outs. The final section is Submissions. When you click here, you can go in and look at previously submitted cash paid outs for your store and see their status as they go through the approval process. Submitting a cash paid out web form. Submitting a cash paid out through the web form is fairly straightforward. As you go through, you're just going to fill in all the required information in the boxes. Once you hit submit, if anything is missing, the form will tell you that it can't be submitted until that information is filled in. Let's go ahead and go through the process of submitting a cash paid out web form and see how simple it is. First, you're going to fill in your store's 4-digit number. And then under the purchaser name, you're going to put your name. I'm just going to put Lee Simpson. Next, you'll go to the receipt section, which is where you'll attach your receipts and supporting documentation for the cash paid out. You'll click on the little paperclip icon that says Attach Receipt. And when you do that, it's going to open your computer's document file. And then you simply go to the folder that you created that says Cash Paid Out. And then you should have your receipts scanned and saved in there, and you would just double click on that, and then you'll notice it's attached that receipt to the web form. Next, we need to enter the subtype for the cash paid out, and when you click on the drop down, you can see it lists every type of cash paid out subtype that there is. I'm going to go ahead and select the store meeting expense subtype right here. You'll need to enter the expense date. So if you click on the little calendar icon, it'll bring up your calendar and you can select whatever date needs to be entered. I'm going to select July 15th. All right, the next box asks for an expense description. So you click in there and then you can type out your description. I'm going to say this is a CPO training meeting for store directors and store administrators. Now you'll notice when I come up here to the next box under Department that it's grayed out and I can't select it or do anything. That's because this particular subtype does not require a department to be entered. So it doesn't even give me the option to do it. So we'll move past that down to the final box on the web form, and that's going to be for the amount. So we'll just enter the amount in here at $100. So now all of the boxes that are required on the form have been filled out, so we can just go down and hit the submit button. The only other option at the bottom would be the clear button over here, and you can use that to clear all the information out of the form if you need to. Now I just want to show you, if I go back up to the subtype and drop down my list, and I go and I select a different subtype like department supplies, you'll notice now that the department box has been ungraded and I can go through and select whatever department. That's because with this type of subtype, that is a requirement, so it allows me to do it. Cash paid out approval process. Along with the new cash paid out web form comes an automatic approval process. So once a web form is submitted, it creates an automatic email that gets sent to the store director for approval, and that happens at any dollar amount. The store director can approve or reject the cash paid out submission through that email. Approved submissions are then sent on to the DM if additional approval is required, or directly on to NASC if it's not. Rejected submissions are sent back to the submitter via an email, letting them know that it's been rejected. Something to note, store directors, you must be signed into the C90 account to approve or reject a cash paid out. You can't do it through any other account. Cash paid out submissions of $1,000 or more will require approval from the DM, and just like the store director approval process, that's going to go through an automatic email sent directly to them. A couple of things to know about the new cash paid out web form. The first one, it works best on Microsoft Edge. So when accessing the web form, be sure to use Microsoft Edge. You must be logged into either the C23 or the C90 account in order to submit a cash paid out web form. Along those same lines, in order to approve it through the automatic email, you have to be signed into the C90 account. You can't be signed into the store director's named account or any other account. We're going to start submitting our cash payouts on a daily basis as opposed to what we're currently doing, which is a weekly basis. All cash payouts performed from Sunday through Saturday of the week must be submitted by end of day on Saturday so that the correct week ending date populates on the web form when you submit it. Currently, you can go and submit cash payouts on Sunday for the previous week, but with this new web form, because it populates an automatic date on the web form, you have to do it by end of day Saturday so that it has the correct date. That's really important for NASC as they go through and audit and balance all of those cash paid out submissions. All cash paid out submissions must be done through the web form as of 8/8. They can be submitted through the web form starting today, but by 8/8, that's the only way to do it. You can no longer do it through the email process. And just a note, paper cash paid out forms should be ordered through the store forms link. It's listed as form number 87, and it comes in a pad of 50 cash paid out forms. That's it for submitting the new cash paid out web form. Be sure that you read the email and review the job aid and implementation guides that were sent to you for more details.